everybody! I'm Fiera Luna, and I play games on the internet. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by, and if you've been here before, welcome back! Today we're playing Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations! We're about to get tribulated. It's gonna be great. Currently we're playing as Edgeworth. Edgeworth is gonna be a defense attorney, just like his father. You're just like your father, Duck. A defense attorney. Gonna be great. Okay, welcome in everybody. Hi Val, hi Kat, hi Rice. Hello everyone. We're on adventures. Boop. If we get through this tonight, and that's a big if. If we get through this tonight, we'll do a secret thing. But we may not get through this tonight. What were we doing? Were we talking to Gumshoe? Did we talk to Gumshoe yet? We did. Oh, it's lightning time. Okay, we can leave now. Oh, and a little bit of fighting. Now I'm level 69 in fighting, so nice. 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 You're right, chat. Nice. Alright, where are we going? Yo, Edgy, what took you so long? I'm so cold my brain's turned to sherbet.
I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country.
Well, what do you mean?
Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder.
Hey, wait a second. Hold it. Objection. What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and...
What kind of lame excuse is that? And you call yourself a defense attorney? Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney, just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore.
Huh! Dude, Edgy, I don't see you for a couple of years, and your heart turns to sherbet.
I'd say more like sorbet. It is rather cold here.
Iris didn't murder her. Someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one.
Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass this baton on to Wright, that is.
Oh, Edgeworth, you have high hopes. Thanks for the lurk! Gumshoe, get back to Date Everything. No, that's us, the main character in Date Everything. We're Gumshoe. Alright, tell me about the girl. Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet?
To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be the reason that you think she's innocent?
Come on! A girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer.
I was right after all. I should never have come back.
No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time. Honest.
If I had a penny for every time he said that...
It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. You know what I mean?
Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry.
Oh. Forget it. I didn't say anything. Weird. Full instance get! Yay! Now you can be the stranger in Radassoum going, full home instance, 2 spots left. My favorite kind of stranger. Oh, the new piano. Oh, there's a new piano decoration for homesteads in Guild Wars 2 now. You can play it. It's a piece of furniture, right? It still sits there, but you can sit down and play it. I'm very excited for Date Everything. We will play more of it, don't worry.
Larry, where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry?
What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it?
What?
Get lost! Go back on your charter jet and get out of my sight, you creep! And I hope your plane crashes and you die!
I'll ask you just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing?
Oh, I'll get the attic unlocked eventually, don't worry.
As I suspected, a psycho lock.
That's where it's a psyche lock. Which I insist on pronouncing a psych lock. I'm sorry, man. You know me. I just don't remember. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude.
Okay.
We'll come back when we know what he's going on about. Hey, hello there. So how are you feeling?
All right, I suppose.
Huh? Who is this?
My name is Miles Edgeworth.
My. A handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. You hear that, chat? Edgeworth's handsome. The game says so too. And this is right. He's very pretty. Have you seen him? He's pretty. All fancy.
If circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini.
Well, you have found her. Now what can I do for you?
I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis.
If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. Wow! Mr. Edgeworth? This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps getting cut.
My stomach's already growling in protest.
So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first I want to hear what you know. First, I'd like to ask you about last night.
Dinner! I love dinner. I had dinner. It was chicken fingers and fries and wedges.
Well, last night we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? Oh, I suppose it was about 9 o'clock when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch.
Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting.
Detective, this is no time for flattery.
Sorry.
Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard? But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here?
The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps.
I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason.
You get chills pretty easily, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? I think he's having flashbacks to Wendy Oldbag, who, may I just say, has not been in this case so far.
All right, then. I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard.
Well, it must have been past 11. No, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie. I saw 2 people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword.
Did you see this criminal with your own eyes?
I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris.
You must have been quite shocked.
Well, of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of the courtroom. And I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked, too. I'm sure they stab each other in other ways. No! We had the same idea. It's true. I know it sounds insane, but what I saw, and when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed. And then I passed out.
Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid.
However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural.
Unnatural?
Well, the girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness.
I wonder what she means by that.
Is Iris, like, possessed or something? It's complicated. Or is it an identity change? It's complicated. Put a pin in possessed or something for now. No, get out of the wiki. Just put a pin in possessed or something. You're gonna spoil yourself if you get in the wiki. And the twist here is gonna hit you in a way that I think will be better without it. Get out of the wiki. The opposite of get in the water. Get off the wiki. Get off the wiki.
You will find things out in time. As the story falls in line. Get off the wiki.
Get off the wiki. I know. I bet I could write a better parody than what took me like 30 seconds to do right there.
As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, right?
Yes, that's correct.
I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back. A bad lower back? Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath and ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall. So you left the disciple all alone. Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out. Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? Did this head nun even see Iris? I think I'd better try to get some more details. So who is this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple? Well, her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course. Special course? It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over at the inner temple, do you? No, of course not! You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, dear! There's one thing I forgot to tell you. Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of this. Do you know that small girl? I believe she's Mystic Maya's little sister. Maya has a little sister? Ah, you mean Little Pearl! Yeah, that's Maya Fey's cousin. Little Pearl? I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after cleaning up dinner. But I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She's nowhere to be found. You mean she was with the victim? It's all the fault of my stupid, creaky old back. A little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone. Well, as they say, the plot thickens. Sure does. Sure does. See if there's anything fun in here. Oh, it's a warm cat box. But where are all the cats? It's called a hibachi. It's for heating the room. Ah, look at all these ancient straw frisbees. Those are a type of zabuton cushions called enza. Why are you giving me such a hard time, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Why? These were slightly different jokes here, but the spirit remains the same. Gumshoe does not know old-timey things. Because learning something new might actually be a good thing for you, Detective. I want to see that Mintama. That thing sure casts a strong presence over the whole room. This is the Lesser Magatama. It's a precious heirloom containing a great many souls. Huh? This is lesser? What's the greater one like? The greater Magatama is displayed in the main room of Fey Manor. It was supposed to be shown at the Treasures of Karana exhibit, but it was so large that they couldn't bring it through the doors. That sounds right. We've seen the greater Magatama. It takes up like this much. It takes up like... Oh, you can't see me squiggling on the screen. It takes up from like this much. Like that. Yeah, I did it! What's this? Stack of zabuton. There are more Enza's cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under the stack? Huh, beats me! Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir! I'm a very silly octopi. That's how I do anything. Silly! That song is in my head. Yeah, more Hellsing in 2 days. We're gonna finish off the whole series, and you're gonna have seen it, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, that was wild! What a wild ride from start to finish! I can't believe we went from
one vampire guy in Cheddar Village to this. And then we'll watch Lane. I will take you through Serial Experiments Lane. I don't know what's going on. I will tell you that right now. In Serial Experiments Lane, I do technically know what's going on. That series is... It's a matter of interpretation at a certain point, just like Paranoia Agent is. Actually, Paranoia Agent and Ergo Proxy have that in common, where they start out as very sort of like, not quite by the book, but they start out as very simple sort of, like, I guess, cyberpunk, cop thrillers, noir kind of deal. And then halfway through the series, you think you've hit the end of the series because they've caught the killer, or they've caught whatever's going on, and then something irrevocably weird happens. And then the rest of the series is up to your interpretation. Paranoia Agent continues to be up to your interpretation until the very end of it. What's it about? It doesn't matter. Actually, I can tell you what Paranoia Agent is about, because Satoshi Kon is not shy about explaining what Paranoia Agent is about. I have a different interpretation of what Paranoia Agent is about. But, you know. Ergo Proxy, on the other hand, has a wild twist, and then a second wild twist, and it's great. Ghost in the Shell actually gets a little like that too, where it's a very standard, like, cyberpunk noir thriller, and then it gets weird. But it doesn't get as weird as those. Can't escape the lamb allegations, me, 2025. Yeah, that's true. You do love playing the game. I liked Cult of the Lamb. It was a lot of fun. But it was very difficult for me. The base building part of it is what hurt me. I can't manage resources in that way. Skill issue! I know. It's okay. I still had fun playing it, though. We love a good skill issue around here. Means you have room to improve and get better. Alright, we were actually going to try to finish this game tonight. Will it work? No. There's a lot of game left. There's trials and things.
It looks like an old manila envelope.
Yeah!
What is it, Detective?
This! This could be it! An ultra important clue, a super special clue!
I suppose I should read it myself then.
Looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. ... Unless you want your secret to be exposed.
This sounds like a blackmail letter.
Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor, a super-duper prosecutor.
Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this.
Edgeworth, don't be mean to the poor man. He is trying!
There's flowing script written everywhere on the walls.
Man, I bet you'd have awful nightmares if you tried to sleep in here.
Well, this is our main hall, so it's protected by a variety of magic spells and charms. They're all designed to prevent evil forces from entering.
So if I slept here, the Oogie Woogie Boogie Man wouldn't hunt me down for an eternity? Alright.
Does this guy think about anything other than eating and sleeping?
Oh, Chad, I should tell you about the temple, I should tell you about the Tiger Temple. Not that Tiger Temple, not the real one. Or I guess the Temple of the Cats? I'm not really sure how to translate that one. Not that I did the translation, it's just I've heard it called both things. So the myth goes like this. There's a traveler traveling along. And it starts to rain, so they seek shelter, and they find an abandoned temple. And they go into that temple to seek shelter, and they make their offerings, even though it's abandoned, they make their offerings and they clean it up a little bit and, like, admire the cat paintings on the silk screens and stuff. And they mostly just generally respect the area. And then, in the dead of night, a pack of thieves comes in. And the traveler, underneath all his things, is like, oh no, a pack of thieves, whatever shall I do? And so he tries to hide. Welcome back, Catoid! And so he tries to hide. And, in the morning when he gets up, the thieves are nowhere to be found, and the cats have red stains around their mouths. It's longer than that, of course, because it's, you know, a story to be told, but that's the general thrust of it. I don't remember it very good, so I couldn't tell it very good. Anyway, this reminded me of that. Ooh, a sword. I wish I had a sword. A tale to be told even gets executed. Oh no, no more mechanisms. This is where the murder took place, sir. Well, other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched.
Thanks, Detective. I'll just have a look around. It looks like the police are still investigating.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask, just to be sure. Are you really gonna defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow?
Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through with my commitments.
Well, in that case, I gotta be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation.
Don't worry about it, Detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own.
Roger, sir! I know exactly what you're saying!
Very well, Detective. Thankfully, his diarrhea of the mouth is permanent.
Who should I draw? Nobody from Date Everything. I've seen too much of them today. You give me some fan art. No, do not. Do not listen to me. The broker. Back to the broker mines. Have fun! The victim is a famous picture book author, Miss Elise Dunim. Her entire past up until she won that writing award last year is a total mystery.
It's hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that.
The estimated time of death of the victim is between 10 and 11 on February 7th. Cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by the murder weapon. Hi, Red! Welcome in! So, we're playing as Edgeworth today. This is the first time in the series that we've ever gotten to play as Edgeworth. He didn't get his own games until after the Apollo Justice ones. So we're playing as Edgeworth today. And because both Fae girls are missing, I have a lot of mask voices to do today.
The murder weapon?
The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir.
That's terrible.
Time to logic this case, exactly. Actually, Edgeworth has the magic, he has the Megatama. It's hilarious. He calls them Psycho Locks, though. They're supposed to be pronounced Psyche Locks, but I insist on calling them Psych Locks. Because that's what they do. You ask a question, and then those locks go, Psych! Yeah, but there's one strange thing.
Yes?
Well, the victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises are consistent with fallen from the height of a 2-story building.
A 2-story building? That would be about the same height as the room in front of us, correct?
Hey, you're right! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth! That just happens to be the room that Elise Denim was staying in.
Maybe she was pushed out the window after she was stabbed by the sword?
Or before. Just saying. Looks like the snow's disturbed there.
Who's up logicking it?
Not me! I'm an octopus. Aquarium staff often says that I don't have any understanding of logic. That's not true. They're just silly. I know how to logic. Logic isn't a verb. Anything can be a verb in English if I say it like one enough. That's how English works. Oh, they're arguing. I did it. I'm so good at this. I'm appearing in dreams. I'm making staff argue with one little sentence instead of like a bunch. I'm so good at this, chat. An agent of chaos, yes. Chaos Space Marine! I would be too small to be a Marine. Too small and too octopus. But I could be a chaos thing. Ugh. You're allowed to be anything to be a chaos thing. You are not awful at art, Val. You have reached that point. You've seen the thing where you get good at art and then you see other things and then you try those things and then you're like, I'm bad at them. And then you practice and get good at them. And so on and so forth. Yeah! I still haven't made the brick. I'm sorry, chat. I keep thinking, oh, I'll make the brick today. Oh, I'm bad at it. Never! Never! Not in a million years! Speaking of, I have a cute bug game to play. It's called Bugaboo Pocket. Full of cute bugs. We're gonna play a different pet game, though. Maybe. Maybe later. I'm very excited.
Now then, detective. Let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far. Okay! Let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple right after dinner was finished. At 10 p.m., after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. Whoop! When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went to the Hazakura temple. Oh yeah, that's right. They mark her with a W because her name in Japanese is different. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. The inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at? Murder! Judas, no! And I bring you myrrh. Murder! Judas, no! One of my favorite vines. Too silly! I do love the fact that it starts out as 3 wise men. I'm funny. I'm not. I'm an insufferable, actually. That's not true. You're hilarious. Chat, we don't depreciate ourselves in this house. If we've learned one thing from reading Swimbird, it's that other people will do it for us. We don't have to help them. Insert that one Jeff of Copy X I have. Except it's not sarcasm and he's actually calling you funny. Yes! Well, according to Bikini, it's an old building they used for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of Dusky Bridge.
I'm Ebony, chat.
The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple?
Nope, not a thing.
Nothing?
Well, the other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there.
So the only thing there is the inner temple.
I hear it's not the kind of place a person could survive in.
Please be alright, Maya. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor?
I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking to find a replacement.
What do you mean?
Well, it's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. All of a sudden, you say? I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest.
I intend to appear in court in the role of a defense lawyer. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor.
Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be the judge.
Yes, he certainly would remember my face, even after such a long absence. That's why I requested another judge preside over the case. We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all.
Must have gotten sick or something. Yeah, that seems like a thing Godot would do. I bet he drank too much coffee and now he's in caffeine crash mode. You guys know caffeine crash mode, right? Where you drink like 3 energy drinks when the can says you should only have 1 in the day. And you drink 3 of them and then you're up and then it's like 4 in the morning and you don't work tomorrow and you don't have school or whatever. You don't have things to do tomorrow, but it's 4 in the morning and you're still buzzing and your brain's still going, and then all of a sudden it's really, really, really not. And you get so wiped out that you're just sitting there like, I can't even get up out of this chair to go to bed. I am so tired. And then you hurl yourself in bed, glasses and all, and you just lay there, and then you wake up in the morning and your glasses are like on the floor and you don't know what happened. And you definitely have at least one friend being like, are you good? It's 2 in the afternoon. How long have you been asleep? And you go, oh no. How long have you been awake? What's today? And then they go, it's Sunday. And you go, oh no. I went to sleep on Friday night. And they go, oh. Anyway, he's probably doing that. Caffeine crash mode, otherwise known as exhaustion. Medical exhaustion. Don't do that. I don't recommend it. It's bad for you. Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir?
There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing.
Wow, Mr. Edgeworth! I had no idea you had such powerful strings to pull. Real! I know, right? Exhaustion isn't real and it can't hurt me. Chat! Chat! It is real and it can hurt you. Don't do it! I did it once and it was a terrible idea. Okay, I did it more than once, but, like, you have to do replicability studies so that you know for sure. But now that the now that it did it a bunch, for science, we know for sure. We've replicated it. I mean, if you can't read, then does the sign affect you? It might not, but the thing it's warning you against can. I can read. But not being able to read doesn't mean gamma rays don't affect me. They would. Probably, I think. Staff! Staff! Can I be harmed by gamma rays? Like in large doses, not like in little baby doses. I know there's baby doses of everything all the time.
They say, well, there's not baby doses of everything all the time, but yes, you can probably be harmed by gamma rays. We wouldn't test you to find out, because if you are harmed by gamma rays, you would be very harmed by gamma rays.
That is what they have to tell me. The sun is a deadly laser. It's true. Why are you up here? Why do people come up here? You can get all the energy you need. You can get all the heat energy that you need from the thermal vents. They even produce light in small amounts. You can get everything you need from the thermal vents at the bottom of the sea. Have you ever tried that? Staff, you know that, right? You can get everything you need from the thermal vents at the bottom of the sea. Up to and including foods. Those will run out faster than the sun. They will not! Oh, they're arguing again. They're arguing about whether the Earth is cooling and its magma core is slowing faster than if the sun is out. Ah, yes, underwater soup is the way to go. It is! Marine snow is there all the time, so you can just, like, open up and be like, ah! And then food goes in your mouth. It's great! Sometimes a whale comes down. They're not supposed to be down that deep, which is why you can eat them. And you can eat a whole whale. Well, I can't. Maybe. I could try, but there are a lot of other things that would like to also eat that whale, so I have to be careful. It's really good. Whale is delicious. You should eat... Wait, no. No, I think you should eat less whales. Humans are prone to taking so much things. Like, I take food all the time, but I take enough food to feed me. Humans are so prone to taking all of the food forever. Great, but I don't think humans... Humans can't use that unless we want to become the human version of that particular sub. Oh. The one that ate all those billionaires. Unfortunate. I think maybe they should have tested the difference between a balloon, which they were in, and a real submarine, which they were not in. Just saying. One of those things will crush. Alright, where was I? Blood!
The sword from the gold statue is actually the murder weapon?
Oh, it sure is. It's called Shichishido, by the way. Nasty piece of work, sir. I mean, they used carbon fiber. It was bound to go wrong. Yeah, that's the thing that you use for planes, right? Because the inside of planes is pressurized, so it pushes out. It pushes out on the carbon fiber. And then, like a balloon, it stays, like, inflated, I think. Chad, I don't know how aerospace... But from my sad little explain like I'm 5 understanding of that, I am only 4 centimeters tall. From my sad little explain like I am 5 understanding, carbon fiber is like a thing that's really good at holding its shape when you push out from the inside. And you blow it up like a balloon. But it's very bad at holding its shape when you push in. So it's great for planes, but it's bad for all other things. Oh, wait, maybe it's great for making things that go fast. Like bikes and cars that go way too fast in the desert. Those things. I think maybe it is good for that. But I don't know, because that's not the field of science I understand very good. This means that you maybe will have to look it up, or I will. Or we all will! Why carbon fiber bad choice?
There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood?
Yep. It's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of Shichishido too.
Fingerprints? Well, naturally, they match the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant. Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon? What's wrong? You're looking really solemn. Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense lawyer? Yeah, I figure it doesn't really feel good. To be honest, it feels like it's more detrimental to your health.
It's worth having that one thing. Time to do my favorite thing. Teeth. No one loves teeth. Chat, no one loves to draw teeth. No one loves to draw teeth as much as Rob Liefeld. So many teeth in a human mouth. All of them front incisors. Every single one. The only other person I know who loves to draw teeth that much is the artist for Helsing, who loves to draw teeth. But at least he loves to draw weird teeth. They're not anatomically correct, but that's okay, because vampires shapeshift. He also has the most questionable anatomy. I know! Rob Liefeld has many things. Questionable are all of them. Though, I will say, in his defense, for a lot of his weirder covers, and I'm thinking specifically of that one Captain America cover where I'm like, how is the chest doing that? In his defense, that is a bodybuilder pose, and it's real. You can see real people who are posed in that position. It just looks stupid when you draw it on comic covers. Because sometimes art looks stupid and wrong. But, like, that's just how it is once in a while. I'm probably a worse artist than him, lol. No, Val, honey, no. Let me tell you about the rocks of convenience. And the pockets of convenience. Rob Liefeld can't draw hands or feet. Do you know what he draws instead? Rocks of convenience in front of them. Or pockets of convenience holding them. Do you know why you're a better artist than Rob Liefeld? I'll tell you. You woke up one morning and when I was like, "Aw, mitten hands. Hey, have you ever tried drawing fingers before? You should give it a shot and see how you do." You gave it a shot and saw how you did, and now you can draw complex hand positions. That look like they're supposed to. You've never drawn a gun that curves in a way that it shouldn't. What, Rob Liefeld? I'm a better artist than he is. That's true. Everyone is a better artist than Rob Liefeld. I draw jewelry. Yeah, that's true. Chat, I will show you like the top 10. There's a bunch of top 10s, but I will show you like the top 10 worst drawings. Oh, I miss X-Force so much. Richter and Shatterstar, my beloved gay couple. Who's canonically gay. I love them both. Even the people who have a PhD in Stick Figure University? Yes. Do I give Subspace top scars? Always. I don't know the first thing about Subspace, but yes. 10 out of 10. Always a good time to trans up a character. Okay. Chat, I need to do something. I need to do something really quick. Oh, wow. Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah! Okay, I think I found it. It's an old article. It's an old article, chat. Where's my buttons? Okay, there you go, chat. Scars equal lore potential, you're right. Scars are the best for that. Where did it come from? Where will it go? Where did it come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Did I examine that yet? Ah, I just love skiing. Really? You don't seem like the type. I don't know subspace's lore at all. Wah! Okay, we hydrate as chat demands. And a big stretch. And we will do twists for the body break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did it. Okay.
Really? You don't, seem like the type. Well, what about the sleds?
Sleds? Nah. They're a little too kiddie, you know? Messes with my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth?
Is the world starting to go mad?
Yes, I'm worse than Rob Liefeld. No, you're not. Just understand, no, you're not. You have never drawn a woman who has a spine. And maybe not even that. But definitely no organs. Unless, like, you on purpose mean to, in which case, like, that, you've done that, like, you know, for the gore. Just trust me. You're not worse. Hey, ladder! Gotta examine that.
The main gate must be just over that stone wall.
Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all.
Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words.
Hey, Fear, don't women's spines form extreme S shapes? Oh yeah, so we can get into dog bone position. I can't do that because I don't have anything related to those things that I said. Like, I don't have anything related to that position. No spine, and neither the top nor the bottom of the dog bone because I am an octopus. Val, I don't know what to tell you. It's terrible. His art is terrible. It's not super duper anything. Like, it's bad. And you know how I feel about describing art as good and or bad, especially on an objective level. But like, you have to understand the intent here. He's intending to draw art. He's intending to draw realistic people in the comic book style. You're familiar with what modern comic books look like, right? Like, of course you are. Everyone is. He is intending to draw people who look like they belong in a comic book. But not in, like, that kind of comic book, but, like, an actual comic book. And they don't look like that. They don't look like human people at all. And he's not on purpose trying to, like, ape the style of heavy metal or something. heavy metal has an on-purpose over-stylized look. But this isn't on purpose. Or, well, what he's produced wasn't on purpose. Because he's actually trying to draw things that look like they look. And I don't know what to tell you about a woman with a waistline of 2 centimeters, which is smaller than me. But that's not fair or real. I've decided to Google Rob. I regret it. I put a link in the media channel so that you guys could see his worst art. And hopefully not have to see his terrible opinions. Have you heard of the game called Mega Man Battle Network? Yes, I have. In fact, I've probably played one of them. To be fair, I don't know which one because I didn't play a lot of Mega Man growing up. Mega Man? Yes, YouTube's talking about Mega Man. YouTube's asking me about Battle Network. Cherry Chat has things to say about Battle Network. Listen, I know 2 things about Battle Network. I have two things about Battle Network. Thing 1, Lan Hikari. Thing 2, I like playing Monster Rancher, but with Mega Man robots, which is how I kind of describe it. Oh yeah, we were examining things, weren't we?
It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night.
Ah, there's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight.
Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill?
How'd you know? See, this is played for jokes, and yet... Did I examine the statue yet? I must have done. Yeah, I did. I did that part already. What else is out here? What is that?
What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff.
Chat! Chat, there's something missing from the staff. Val learns to take compliments 2025. Challenge level impossible, apparently. Hope this helps. Twitter users have added community context to this post. Val often says their art is trash garbage, or, low-key bad. However, none of that is ever true. Fear, you haven't even seen the art. Then show me! And I will judge! But, you must accept my judgment. You must accept the judgment of the octopus! Show me the art! That's true. Show me the art! Get out of of here with your grammar shenanigans and show me the art! Now! I will judge for you! For I am a tiny little octopus, and I have come here to judge. Wait, what can I judge? There's already a lot of people that want to judge the quick from the dead. And there's lots of people that judge laws. Show me the art! I'll figure out what I'm judging when I judge it. I'm a lawyer right now. Oh, you did? Okay, I'm gonna go look. With my eye parts. You spoiler tagged it. Oh no, see, that's really good. Look at you. Come here, you. Him's got teeth. Toothers. So many toothers. I love them. Correct amount of toothers. For a scary thing with all them scars. Oh, you sneak the top scars in among all the scars. Yes. This took you, like, minutes to draw. I bet. How does Rob's art get approved to being in a comic book? Like, what on earth is this? The majority of women Rob draws have scoliosis. Okay, so let me tell you about a terrible time called the 1990s. It was a bad time for comics. It was a bad time for comics. Do you know what I could do in 24 minutes with art? Not that. It wouldn't even be close. We've done this before where I timed me and I timed you and we did art in that time and you saw. So there's this terrible time in comics called the 1990s. Now, it's important. Give that scientist some top scars. Yeah, let's go. So in the 1990s, now the thing you have to understand about the 1990s and all other decades where there are comic books is that comic book artists are freelance. They are not in a union. They are not even permanent employees of the comics companies that own them. Because the comics companies don't. They just hire them freelance for a run of comics or to write a run or something like that. And if you do a good job, sometimes you get hired back by the same company or sometimes you don't. And you don't have things like health insurance. You don't get to have things like guaranteed time off. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that comics artists didn't have. So in the 90s, people were getting wise to this and they're like, why can't we have a union though? They tried that in the 1930s and 40s as well, but they got sold out by the Batman guy. Not the good Batman guy, the bad Batman guy, Bill Finger. He basically, like... It's a longer story than this. But at the time, Detective Comics, which is DC today, was like, I've heard rumblings of a union. Who's gonna talk? And then not only did he talk, he on purpose spied for them. Because they promised him specifically the rights to Batman and all of its associated things, even though he wasn't really the person who did all the creative work. And that's why he was for a long time known as the guy who created Batman. He didn't! He's just a snitch! Yes! Phoenix Wright! Anyway, so in the 90s there was talk of unions again. Because it was an exciting time and people were riding high. And, anyway, companies didn't like that. Rob Liefeld was, for some reason, super popular. Also because a lot of the comics at the time were, like, right gritty and trying to ape the heavy metal style. So a lot of 13-year-old boys really thought he was great. Anyway, back to this. You'll note something's missing from this stick. This staff is missing a rock. Remember that giant amethyst?
What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff.
Ah, that belonged to the victim, Ms. Elise Dunim. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah, listen, this is just between us, okay, sir?
Yes. What?
This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this.
All right.
The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard.
That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me?
That's it.
The staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it?
Just the victims. Nah, that's just your imagination. I think there's a great big rock missing from this. I bet if we cracked that great big rock open, it wouldn't be an amethyst. It would in fact have a diamond inside worth 2 million money. A very specific number, I'm sure, but definitely. I think that's everything we need here, because we didn't get the ladder joke. Where are we going? We don't need to talk to Bikini anymore. Right?
Huh. I don't see Larry anywhere.
Dang it! I wanted to psych lock him. Aw, maybe we scared the poor kid away.
His heart was shut tight with a psycho lock. I guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side.
Fine, I'll draw a hot cowboy lady. Ooh, Scythe. Sir Scythe. Like Sir Integra, but Scythe. Yes! Sir Integra Winbrook Wait. Sir Integra Wingate Fairbrooks Helsing. The best character in Helsing. That's not true. No, that's probably true, actually. I've read Crossfire, and so I have a special heart in my place. Space in my heart for Iscariot, because they're hilarious. Oh my good golly gee, they're so dumb. I love them. Oh, they're trying so hard. The Pope's specialist little guys. I love them. But you don't get to see much of them in Helsing itself. Not enough to go on. Whereas Integra... boy, oh boy. There's a particular subset of the internet that was never the same after she came along. She's one of the reasons we have the word biphonin. Alright, let's see who's over here. We've talked to Gumshoe over here, right? Oh yeah, okay. Adventure! Ah, Mr. Edgeworth.
I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind.
But I've already told you everything that I...
Iris, please remember, I'm on your side. You can tell me anything.
Yes. Thank you. Do I give Scythe freckles? Why? Because cute, yes. Scythe has a southern Bayonetta voice, right? So, clearly freckles. I associate freckles with people in the American South. Because all the sun. that I presume is there.
I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Denim with her sword. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training in the Inner Temple, you were there as well.
What?
When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yet, Sister Bikini says she met you at the Inner Temple that very night.
But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night.
It looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break those psycho locks.
Alright, let's go! I guess we're gonna crack her open. That's all we've got left to do. I love Edgeworth's notes.
Received from Wright. Something about reading people's hearts. What utter nonsense.
Hi, Edgeworth.
Since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers, understand?
Yes, sir.
The smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've never seen it happen, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the Inner Temple last night?
Yes, I swear. I already told you that.
Yes. You said you didn't go because you were frightened.
That's right.
If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room?
Blackmail letter, blackmail letter. To Iris of Hazakura Temple, salutation here. There is something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 o'clock at Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come, unless you want your secret to be exposed.
I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you.
That's...
Well, Iris?
Why are you glaring at me like that?
You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you, isn't that correct? Was it the evidence, or the power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way.
But Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes?
I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me.
A prank?
Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief.
I wonder about that.
Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her.
No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there is one person you wouldn't want your secret told to.
Phoenix!
Phoenix Wright. You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say?
I should have expected as much. Especially from a friend of his. Congratulations! After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it.
What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions?
It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge.
Small shack, huh? It's more like a broken down shack than that no one would ever want to go near. Where is it on this map? It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall... I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't want to think about it at all. So is this the secret that you had locked away in your heart? Yes. It looks as though I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night. Yes, that's exactly right. The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you, I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret. But it's pointless. Why would you say that? Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am. Okay. Back we go. Can we go to the Heavenly Hall? Heavenly Hall time! Larry! Larry! Those are his hot dog banners. And look, it's Pride at Heavenly Hall! Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? Still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Aw, why? Why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Tibet. Next it's gonna be prison, I guess. Now I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. He's just talking to himself. Shh. Be quiet and listen. I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What did you do, I wonder? Hey, you! About what you just said. I got an objection. What the? Edgy, you dirty rat! Glare. Gumshoe, you oaf. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. And in a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger. You've watched too many trials. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself?
Yes! Happy Pride! We love Pride! We have Pride 2 in July. In that it's Pride 1, but Pride 2 comes out before it every year, so people think it's Pride 2. But we've always had July Pride here. We had it before Pride. Like, we had it before June was declared Pride Month. Because we're cool like that. We've had Pride since, like, the 80s. Maybe earlier, but definitely since the 80s at least. Alright, Larry. Tell us about this.
What is this little shack, anyway?
Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday.
And why were you down here in the first place?
Come on! I'm an artist! I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great place. It's artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Aw, sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal.
One thing's for sure. No one is likely to show up and disturb you here.
So, can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir. Aw, listen to me, Edgy. You gotta do this. You gotta save Iris.
Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute?
Watch your mouth! Well, anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm gonna marry that girl. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet. But I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He'd never imagined that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that.
Something tells me he would be shocked indeed.
That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt? What is this guy trying to say? He's lost me about a mile back.
If we really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him into the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night?
Aw, man, don't you have anything else to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Oh, okay, chill out with those scary eyes. I've got it. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible.
Something incredible.
Larry! Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water.
Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him?
Alright, my boy, we're getting to Megatama. We're getting the magic rock. Magic rock time! We threw a magic rock at him and it's gonna let us read his mind.
Alright. Now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night.
Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk.
Huh? That was a bit too easy.
Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I'd been sleeping. I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi.
And then?
And then, it was on fire. The bridge was on fire.
Dusky Bridge caught on fire? Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes?
Hey, when are you giving me that evil eye? I'm telling you the truth.
There are still 3 psycho locks remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen?
Ooh, where you say? Ooh, what do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Just answer the question.
I was in my own room by the main hall. Where else would I be?
As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there.
There? What do you mean there?
It's impossible for you to have seen a lightning strike, Dusky Bridge from your room.
Where's the map? Yeah, if you were up here, you would have a hard time seeing through the cliffs.
This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple.
Well, what am I looking for?
I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees, and it's impossible to see the bridge from there.
What? Why didn't you tell me that before?
Well, how about it?
How about what?
Do you feel like talking now?
About what?
It looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then, where were you?
You don't know that I wasn't in my room?
So where was Larry, and why was he there? If I've read the situation up to this point correctly, then the answer is fairly obvious. Very well, then. Let's test my theory. The place you witnessed lightning striking Dusky Bridge from was here.
Definitely in the heavy... Oh, look, we get to be classy and on the other side. A mirrored sprite, so we know.
The place you saw lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hall.
Why would I be hanging out in this old shack? But it's freezing cold. There's no electricity. It could fall apart at any minute.
Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet.
Oh.
In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset.
I have to admit I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick.
That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night?
Well, that's what you might call a fair decor.
I think you mean an affaire de corps. Could it be you were waiting for someone?
Really bad at rhythm games, but playing them anyways. It's fun to play rhythm games anyways. Source, I thought I was good at rhythm games, and then I met Rhythm Heaven. And then Rhythm Heaven was like, hey, I heard you were a classically trained musician. And I was like, yes. And Rhythm Heaven was like, how classically trained? And I was like, why are you asking that? You're a fun little silly hee-hee-ho-ho rhythm game, right? And then Rhythm Heaven looked at me and was silent. And I was like, right? And then Rhythm Heaven proceeded to be like, if you are offbeat even slightly, I will destroy you. And I was like, I wish you wouldn't. I wish you were more forgiving. And then it wasn't. And I went through the tutorial and I was like, I can do this. I can definitely do this. But I'm a soprano and I don't believe following along to the rhythm. I believe in the melody and only the melody, and never mind anything else. So following along to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 is crazy for me. Why 5? I don't know. That's not a real... Well, it's not entirely not a real time signature. 5-6 is a time signature, and it's used reasonably regularly. And not my favorite time signature. 5/8 is also a real time signature. Also not my favorite one. My favorite time signature, chat. And you'll never believe this. My favorite time signature is 3/4 time because that's a waltz. And I like the way that 3/4 time does the thing. It's symmetrical in a way that I enjoy. And I know that probably doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense, but just trust me when I say that it's very symmetrical. No, I get it. Yeah. I like it. Though that said, Common Time has its place. Its place is every song ever. Its place is that everything sounds like the Flintstones theme. Everything can be put to the tune of Gilligan's Island because it is in common time. Amazing Grace can be put to the tune of Gilligan's Island, likewise in the reverse, because it's in common time. That's why Everything But Guile goes with Guile's theme, because it's in common time. Actually, I don't know if Guile's theme's in common time. I'd have to check that. Anyway, back to this. Oh no! You really are one scary guy, you know?
I believe that last night, you were waiting for this person to come meet you.
Grill. No, not that person. Grill.
Take that!
There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry.
Oh, I told you before, don't call me Larry.
The person you were waiting for was Iris.
Aww, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy.
No doubt it's because of my chilly glare.
So you think I got the hots for this Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing?
This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that you were waiting for Iris.
I almost presented Iris. I think he wrote the note.
Take that!
Here's your evidence. You called her this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter.
Oh, hey! Give that back! You're embarrassing me! What are you doing with that anyway?
That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry.
Well, what do you mean?
Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, whoa!
First of all, what's this at the top of the letter? It says salutation here.
Well, that's what it said in the book. Letter writing for dummies.
You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write Dear Iris.
Ah, I'm so sorry.
So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, were you not, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you?
Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag. Threatening a young lady like that. Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what. You tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break. It was a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love?
What did you just say?
My love for her burns so hotly it could melt all the snow on this mountain.
Oh? Then what's the secret you mentioned?
Aw, come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously, she wouldn't want Old Lady Bikini to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair.
All right, then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope?
Give me a break. It's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Yeesh. Then why are you so quick to apologize, pal? It's because Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden?
That's it? That's all those huge locks were about? I don't understand why you were so defensive.
Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on. Don't let it get you down. But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy's still hiding something. I know it.
What do you mean, Detective?
Well, don't forget what this guy said just a minute ago. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible.
He's right. Larry.
What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone.
Of course it's Larry. It's true. What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another.
Edgeworth makes me happy. I like him. Have you seen him? Him privy. Oh, you can't see it, chat, but sometimes I curl up in my little tentacles. Him privy. No. Please imagine a gif of that octopus. Dumbo octopus being shy. I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge.
Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true.
Hey, Edgeworth is for Phoenix only, lol. That's true. That's true. But I can appreciate, him privy. I would like him and Phoenix to smooch, though. They seem like they should. Mostly because their relationship was entirely made by a BL artist and writer. So, you know, of course they seem like they should smooch. They're both well fleshed out people with thoughts, feelings, opinions, and a deep personal bond. Yes, I would like to see. Show us the scythe! You can put it in the art channel at Art Channel O'Clock too. But let the server decide if it's good. They'll tell you. I will. I think it's bad. Well, of course you do. You hardly ever think the things that you do are good. Tisk tisk. What doesn't?
If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Yes, Larry, I believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning.
What? When? Where? Why? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide something from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal.
Good gravy. No!
What's wrong, sir?
Does this mean I have to do this all over again?
What are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning?
I've just about had it with this Harlequin. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand.
I love when 5 locks come up and you're like, Oh, dang! That's a scythe art, alright. Pretty.
Also, oh my golly gee, the number of dots that you have to put on that handle, I'm so sorry.
Cowboy hat! I want to put Mark in a cowboy hat. See, I would cheat in Krita or in A-Sprite. I would cheat and make a brush. Whole thing took me 22 odd minutes. Ridiculous! Ridiculous! Nonsense! That's so fast! That's so quick! Chat, they're quick with it! They're turning out art too fast! It's so good and too quick! Good gravy, if you gave me 22 minutes, I could not produce that. We've seen. I can't do it. No, it's good. It's good and quick. Val's gonna have to learn to take compliments, chat. Quick, we have to teach them how to take compliments. Yeah! Yeah! It's good and it's quick and you did a great job.
Do you really think you can loop like that, Stardust? You can now loop using your knife. Yes, I do.
Oh my. Mr. Larice feels that way about me?
Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed.
I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to this sort of thing.
Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him.
Does that mean Mr. Larice is the witness today?
No. I believe that nun will be the first to take the stand.
Sister Bikini.
She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Ms. Elise Denim, correct?
That is correct. It wasn't me.
Very well then.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes?
You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed...
Don't worry. I've taken the necessary steps.
You have?
Iris. It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and to believe until the bitter end. That's what a friend of mine told me once.
Mr. Edgeworth.
You may pass judgment on me from the defendant's chair, but you are the one to decide whether or not I am able to do the task I've been entrusted.
Very well, sir. I will leave my defense in your capable hands.
Court's now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hasagura Temple. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of the court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove the case. Well, it would seem this case is over before it had a chance to begin. I'm ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant.
Objection!
Look who's back, chat! It's everybody's here! The prosecution stands ready.
And you are?
Franziska von Karma, prosecuting prodigy.
Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma.
Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case.
You did? Aw, then you must be quite the big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Ms. Von Karma, do you have anything to say?
There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office.
There isn't? But I'm sure... Ah!
I told you, there is no such weakling.
What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. But bailiff, remove that whip and...
Hold it!
I have no objection to the whip.
The game did it again.
You don't? The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee, but there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today.
This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But, looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow the chance to crush you slip through my fingers.
I see you brought your flair for the histrionic.
Allow me
me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. Wah! The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Chat. 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 This suggests that the other courtrooms totally normal. That the one that we are usually in is just Bizarro Land all the time.
Yeah? Oh, is chat broken again? No, it's not. Which fighter should I draw? Oh. One moment. I know fighters. I know them. Skateboard. That's definitely a fighter. Also, yes, you should definitely draw Boombox, though. I remember Boombox. Boombox had the Boombox. She did it. I did it. Did I name one? Did I do it? Is that a real fighter? And not just the thing that he does? Oh, I'm great at this! Let's see. I don't know all the fighters. But I don't know all the fighters. I'm gonna list as many as I can remember. There's Skateboard and Subspace, and Scythe, and Boombox, and Medkit, and Vine Staff. There's also, Hyper Laser? Yeah, sure. Hyper Laser. And Slingshot. And Biographed, who I definitely didn't say already, probably. And Banhammer. I remembered that one. And... oh no, there's the ninja one, but I don't remember the ninja one's name. They're Vine Staff's brother? Whatever. Definitely that one. Oh, and there's Sword, because he's just a fighter guy. There's Sword, and there's, come on. I can see it in my mind. Nah. I can see it in my mind. No, that's the list. That's all I can remember. I'm so good at this. Is the ninja one just called Shuriken or some such nonsense? Because, like, that seems right. I got a bunch. Yeah, I did it. I got a bunch of them. Most of them are named for the thing that they do or the thing that they are or their main weapon. And I appreciate that for them. I know there's definitely more of them because I think there's like 5 of each. 5 ranged, 5 support, and 5 hitty boys. Melee. Won't remember all of them. Did I forget Medkit? Did I go out here and be like, oh, everybody knows I know Medkit, and then I forgot Medkit? Because I bet I forgot Medkit. Chat in the rhythm game I'm playing, there's a song called Telling a Machine to Exist is a Sin. Oh, and I simply think that's neat. Telling a machine to exist is a sin is Heiki's entire functioning. It does not care for existence, and it wishes it didn't. But, like, not in a it wishes it could die way, because it doesn't really think of itself as alive, but in a it wishes it didn't have to think about things. Like, friends and taxes. It doesn't have taxes. But... no, you don't! How dare you? You come into my chat? You won't. I told you I'll reverse haunt you if that ever happens. If anything ever happens to any of you, chat, I will reverse haunt you. I can enter people's dreams now. I'll get you. I will. I'll do it. Do you really want me to escape the aquarium and go all that way? I know where you live. I'll fly all the way there. A tiny little octopus scooting its way there. Do 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 do. When you go down to the sea today, you're in for a big surprise. When you go down to the sea today, you'll never believe your eyes. 'Cause today's the day the octopi have their picnic. I do not know the teddy bear picnic song. I wish I did. I used to. I do not know it anymore. Hi, I am Octopus. Where is checks notes secret government facility? Yes. Who do you want me to draw, Fier? I said skateboard, but now I've changed my opinion to boombox, and I'm so sorry for you. I believe in you. I know. I'll do it. If I must. Right, back to Von Karma. Listen, the important thing is Franziska Von Karma is back, and you can look at her and be like, oh boy, Franziska Von Karma! We hydrate his chat demands. Yes, you play Vine stuff, as we all know. When I played, I liked playing Biographed because that plays like Thief in Guild Wars 2 PvP. Straight down to the knives and the teleporting. And once I got the hang of switching between ranged versus stabby stab with Scythe, I got the hang of that. It was like playing a squeezer where it had everything I wanted it to have. Alright. Very well, Miss Von Karma. Please give me an outline. Please give an outline of this case, with as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is a famed picture book author, Miss Elise de Nim. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from the gold statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene. There's no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and my last trial as a defense attorney. Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Well, hold on there. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for witnesses with bad backs. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Aw, little old me. Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini! Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. This courtroom is a garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave this sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis in a twist, let me tell you. I'm a sight to behold in summer. I bet she is. Wow!
In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question.
That's right. Wait, if I'm to give Boombox a tail, what kind of tail should I give him? I would give him a plug. Like an electric plug. With the pluggy bit at the end. Like Lampert. I don't... Wait, no, I do know who Lampert is! I know who Lampert is because you gotta find him on that one floor and you never do because there's a million lamps. And only one of them has a face. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that.
Well, let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh?
He's supposed to have the stereotypical Canadian accent, but the problem with me is that that stereotypical Canadian accent is from a very particular place in South Central Ontario that borders on Detroit. And unfortunately, I don't have that accent because nobody has that accent. That's literally a thing that you only hear in a particular suburb of Windsor, Ontario. And may I just say, once again, heck Toronto. Toronto's not Windsor. But we also don't like it. People from Toronto don't even like Toronto. That's not entirely true. There are good things about that city. There are good things about that city. Shifty eyes. I guess I did decide that if I was going to ship Callahan overseas from where he came from, that Toronto was the place to go because that's the place to go. Are there good things about Toronto? Maybe. I've been there. It's... I think it has the Royal Museum. That was pretty fun. I lived there a long time, just saying. Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? The one fun thing that did happen there. Okay, so we're there for band reasons, right? So we've all got our little band uniforms on, and we're all having a great time, and we've been playing fun, exciting instruments and doing stuff. We set up we got to play in one of the big malls. We had a grand time. And then we're coming back on the subway from something or other. It was probably a show, but we're coming back from it. I think they showed the producers. Yeah, I got to see the producers in the big theater. And we're coming back from it, and what we didn't know is that there was also a Leafs game at the same time. So we get on the subway, and boy, was it hilarious. These guys are all in Leafs colors, and they've got their faces painted up, and they look like sports fans, like faces painted, body painted, like they're definitely 3 sheets to the wind. Like they're... Oh, sorry, 3 sheets to the wind means they're hammered off their block. They've had some alcohol. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Anyway, they are way out of it. Oh yeah, I didn't give you guys a body break like a silly person. We're gonna do crunches. And they were hilarious the whole time. They were all the friendly kind of drunk. Because I guess Toronto did a good job, which is rare because the Leafs don't do a good job at anything. I mean, what? Who said that? Surely someone who... No, they're not a... They're trying. They're trying their very best. But don't take my opinion because I like the Ottawa Senators. Of the hockey teams that I care about, which are... Should call them the Leaves. It's true. I'm contractually obligated to like Montreal. I understand. Being a Habs fan is hard. It's very difficult. Because on the one hand, they do a good job quite often. More often than you would expect, given the hate that they got. But on the other hand, it's also Montreal. Like, honestly, if you're going to have to be a Habs fan, you might be better off being a fan of Calgary. Nobody likes Calgary. On the other hand, they're French. It's true. Unless they came in from Westmont. Then they're prissy English. No one likes the French. The French don't like the French. That's true facts. Oh, yeah, right. Crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. We did it. Oh. Chat, we are going to make... Chat, I'm going to tell you right now, because we're not getting through this game tonight, but we are going to make a Neopet. And that I am going to make a Neopet. Because I haven't had a Neopet in a long time, and I don't remember the password to my old account. And I definitely don't have access to the email from my old account, because it's like 400 million years old. From the start of Neopets. But we're going to make a Neopet and see if it's still worth playing 25 years later. Oh my golly, is Neopets 25 years old? It really did come out in 2000. My babies. Anyway, I'm going to make a Neopet. And then I'm going to give you guys a redeem so that you can make me play a Neopets game every so often. This is a good plan. We'll get so much money from Mirka Chase. It'll be great! I haven't had a Neopet in a long time. I'm gonna make one, and I'm gonna play with it, and love it, and cuddle it, and hold it. And Aquarium staff says it's a pet I can't even kill. So I like that for me. I'm gonna go visit the Omelette and Jelly World, my favorite world in Neopets. And hope that all the Flash games work. Well, what if the Flash games don't work? Neopets is built on Flash. Ah, maybe they do. We'll find out. Anyway, back to this. I got complaining about this guy's Canadian accent, which is super fake. I'm Canadian. I have a Canadian accent. I have a Maritimer accent. Just a little bit of one. I think it's probably called... Oh! My friend sent me a Firefox extension that makes Flash games work. Is it Ruffle? Because maybe I have that. Make it work. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the Inner Temple, but, well, as you can see, my back leg stacked up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the Inner Temple, you see, and I needed a long, hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it. So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple. Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the Inner Temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's only fun problem with the testimonies that I can see. And you're not about to fall as the first hurdle now, are you, Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. Sorry, I have to look through things again. That's not what I was looking at. I'm looking here. That's Misty Faye. Oh yeah, Iris gave us her hat.
Snow 7 to approximately 10:50. Lightning 10 to 11. Lightning struck Dusty Bridge at 10:45. Okay. Oh, cult!
That's her shiny rock.
Okay.
You know what? Let's just try presenting that. This is probably where it goes.
Where's her testimony?
Yeah. She was afraid.
Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all.
Well, well, well. Don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all. The head honcho of the Hazakura Temple.
In that case, Ms. Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all.
No! She said that? A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back.
But that's completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi.
Well, but that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie.
She does indeed have honest eyes.
Blah! All people lie. That is my belief.
Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie, which means we must call your memory into question.
Dear, dear, dear.
You're older than me, and yet you want to play that game, do you?
Well,
That isn't exactly what I...
my memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter.
Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you're going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show a more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that that alone would do the trick. Well, then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. And let us return to the cross-examination.
I want to give him a Newfoundland accent real bad. I keep trying to, and then I keep thinking, no, no, no. She couldn't have been dressed exactly as she had been at dinner, because she rang the lights out. She gave us the hat. She gave us the funny hat.
Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct?
Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute.
Objection!
Halt it right there. Why do you have that?
That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Ms. Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights out bell was rung.
What?
You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims.
The defendant couldn't have been wearing this very hood. Well, well, well.
It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it.
While having the most stone face in the world. Wah! Sister. This hood.
You have spare funds around the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see. A stockpile, a surplus of hoods, eh? Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. Then this is quite strange. Wah! If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There is no contradiction here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness? Well, I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt. You must give every detail with precision.
Chat, save me. I'm stuck in rhythm game hack. Oh, I can't save you. I'm still sometimes humming the bossa nova from Rhythm Heaven Wii.
Pong. Ponge.
I do like the bossa nova one because it's easier for me. Not like Lockstep. Lockstep asks me to count 1 and. Do you know how much I hate counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then doing things on the offbeat? Who does things on the offbeat? No one does things on the offbeat. No one does anything on the offbeat. If anyone ever does anything on the offbeat, they're crazy. Percussion. What do you mean every 4th beat? My brain can't comprehend that. Oh, the trick to rhythm games is just to count the rhythm. You can also tap your foot, or just generally, like, make some kind of motion that helps. I personally find counting 1, 2, 3, 4 helps a lot. You take a breath in between and it works. Or counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Which is why I don't play rhythm games on stream, because I count them like they're music, because they are. Yes, I wish to see your boombox. Show us your boombox. Boom ba ba da ba da doo ba da da. Don't listen to me. Welcome in, Wit. Thanks for the lurk. I have 2 flavors. I have 2 flavors of musical number, and both of those flavors are Glendale. We love Glendale. Favorite character in Centaur World. Welcome to Centaur World. It's where all your new best friends are, girl. I will be the judge of that, Val. No, see, you managed to make a boombox take up physical space. When I draw this, I always rubber hose the arm by accident, but you managed to make that boombox take up physical space. And rest on the shoulder. I can't do that. I can't make a finger snap motion. You did it. You did a good job. It probably took you approximately 20 to 25 minutes to draw that. If you'd spent like an hour on it, you'd clean those things up. Teleports Val into rhythm game hack. Do it. Ha! Val did used to rank for Pro Sakai events. That means that they did so good. Sakai Day. No one knows rhythm game heck like I do, Rhythm Heaven. Do you know what the greatest invention in Rhythm Heaven was? Do you want to know what the greatest invention in Rhythm Heaven was? On Rhythm Heaven 3DS, Rhythm Heaven 3DS on the bottom screen. It shows you when you're early or late. Tells you how early or late you were. Do you know what even the DS one doesn't do? That. It forces you to suffer. Never knowing if you're early or late. Having to look up every time to be like, what's an indication that I am early or late? What are the animations doing to tell me? You all needed to know that. I want to go back and listen to all the horror Vocaloid songs. Oh yeah, we were playing a game, weren't we? I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on the way back to the inner temple. Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Edgeworth, you could have said water or fertilizer or literally anything other than stimulation. Honey, why are you like this, sir? You get burdened with unnecessary feelings. Trying to stimulate the judge. Contradictory stimulation. Edgeworth! It's a good thing chat doesn't clip anything. I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and Iris was, oh, Mystic Elise, and with that sword of all things. Even if your league's better, then you'd still be there, Val, so it'd be nice anyways. Aww. It's because you turned out, like, what, 5, 6 drawings? In stream? Settle down. You don't suck at rhythm games. Objection. Objection. I used to rank in Pro Sakai. Who said that? Who could have said this? Someone who was proud of their progress and can't listen to Melt anymore? Someone who knows they did a good job at the game? Someone who's like, I'm very good at rhythm games. Not even a minute. Not even a minute goes by. And Val's out here being like, nah, actually, I suck at rhythm games. Ridiculous! Don't put yourself down like that. You're great at them. I don't know the tune of that one section from Melt. I know what you mean. I cannot reproduce it with my human mouth. I don't have a human mouth, but you know what I mean. What are we clipping? Why are we clipping? Oh no. Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces out over the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. Pushed out of her window?! Could someone please explain to me? I hope I clipped the right section. Oh no. Could someone please explain to me? If I was in your place, then it'd be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court. And me, seeing it all from this very chair. The only reason I can't comprehend the every fourth tick is that that's not how the game is. It's just this one song. Huh. I can comprehend every fourth tick, because I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can find the the beat. But I don't like it. I don't care to. Once again,
As a soprano, I don't believe in following any of the rhythm. I do what I want, and the rest of the band can figure it out.
I guess I can't count then. No, I'm used to looking for the. As much as I joke about it, I am actually used to listening for the sort of the beat and watching the conductor conduct. And knowing where I'm at. Hey, Raymond! And counting rests. Counting rests is always annoying because the thing is that, especially if you're playing flute, sometimes you have a lot to do. And sometimes you have nothing to do. Sometimes you have 38 bars of rest. And you just vibe there, chilling, waiting patiently for when it's your turn to come in. And you count 38 bars of rest. You just sit there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. And you go on in your head counting them all. And eventually you just learn when the trumpets play the right noise, that's when you come in. It's great. Hilarious. Oh, not everything, even things in the same time signature don't always have the same BPM though, so you have to know the BPM. What is nice about this specific game is you only use the one button. Ooh, we love that. Rhythm Heaven has multiple buttons that it makes you press. Or for the DS version, tap, flick, hold. I don't remember the other one. I feel like there's one more. I kind of like the old Rhythm Heavens because they only had like the A and B button and the like usually only had like the A and B button or the L and R. That was nice. Well, something like that.
This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe.
I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, as this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Hi there, Thunme, welcome in! Welcome in, readers! Hello, everybody! We're playing Trials and Tribulation. Hello, everyone! Right, the usual spiel for those of you that don't know me. I'm Fiera Luna. I am a 4-centimeter tall octopus living in the Horatio Lear Memorial Aquarium, and I play games on the internet. Streaming is my enrichment. So I do it every night. Mostly, sometimes staff doesn't let me, or I am away. Definitely not sneaking out of the aquarium. Why would you think that? I would never. Right. Anyways. We are playing Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. How was stream? Was it good? Was it fun? What were you guys doing? Was it a good time? Did you have all of the fun? Every fun? There are so many funs you're allowed to have. Source, me. I have so many funs. Oh, you gotta hit the buttons twice as fast. Oh, tap tap. I did pulls in Genshin and Nikkei. Ooh. Did you get good Genshin characters? I don't know all the Genshin characters anymore. I used to know some of the Genshin characters. Did you get good Genshins? You can drag me into a bad rhythm game. I love bad rhythm games. Send me the name of it. I will try. Maybe. We'll see how I do at it. Oh, that's fair. I love rhythm games. Got both new characters. Oh, it's a Roblox. That's okay. I'll live. I'll survive somehow. Ah, yeah, fair enough. New characters are always fun, even if they aren't good in battle for my team. I understand. Sometimes I catch a new monster in Monster Sanctuary, and I'm like, great! And then I set it down. Because it's not for me. Oh, Project Rusher. Very well. I will look upon its works. I don't know if I will despair yet. I don't know if I'm Percy Shelley enough to despair. This is a funny joke because he's the guy who wrote that poem Ozymandias. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was playing a video game, guys. This is how we are on Phoenix Wright Nights. Stimulating the judge, burdened with unnecessary feelings, not objecting to the whip. I don't object to the whip. Thanks, Edgeworth. Good to know where you stand on it. You should rest your wrist. Maybe, like, you may not have, like, Wah! Oh! You may not have, like, a splint or something for it. I mean, like, it always hurts a little. It just hurts more than usual. Yeah, you should definitely rest your wrist. You may not have a splint or something for it, but you should try to wrap it up a little bit. Either in a support bandage or whatever you can to straighten her out. And keep it straight. I'm constantly in pain. We call that fibromyalgia, usually. There are a number of other things that can cause constant pain. Aw, you don't have to apologize, Catoid. No one ever has to apologize in my chat, unless, unless they say, like, the worst thing. I can't think of what the worst thing that wouldn't get them banned is, but, like... Here we are. Anyway, we can play the video game, chat. I almost forgot. Again.
Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours?
Okay, that's probably true, but I need to look at some stuff. I need to go through my evidence again. We'll see about that. Huh. Time of death, 10 to 11. Cause, loss of blood from a stab in the back. Body fell 10 feet after death. Oh, good golly. And I was walking back. I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and Iris was all Mystic Elise, and with that sword of all things. Okay, faces out in the courtyard. Oh! Yeah, no, she got pushed after she died, right? Where's the autopsy report? Loss of blood from the stab in the back, fell 10 feet after death. Oh, Edgeworth! You better not be on the receiving end of an updated autopsy report! Wouldn't that just be ironic? We're gonna talk about your wrist later and see where it hurts and why, and then we're gonna do some thinking about what you can do to make it not do that. 'Cause you do not want to get carpal tunnel. Carpal tunnel requires surgical intervention to fix. I just ignore it, TBH. No! Do not! Chat, this is important. If you have pain in a place in your body, You should yell at aquarium staff until they tell you to stop doing that. And then once you have their attention, you tell them, ouch, it hurts. Wait, no, you're humans. You don't have aquarium staff to look after you. You should tell someone it hurts. Like, all the time. And if they can't get you to a medical professional, at least maybe they can help. Oh no. So many hurties. Hit me in the DMs. I am not a doctor. That's because I accidentally hit my knee on the counter. Ah, so you're gonna go, nyan. And then your team is gonna be like, Sifrin? Sifrin, did you just? Did you just say nyan? Nyan, 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 nyan. Never escaping the Sifrin allegations. Nope, never. Show us where the pain is. Everywhere? All of it? You just gestured to all of me. Points at my brain and my heart. Oh no. We get you to chew an aspirin when it's your heart. Anyway, we're gonna present this at her.
Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say anyway.
Oh, please do! My brain is something else, especially in winter.
However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Ms. Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report?
The autopsy report?
The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed.
That's right. It says after death right here.
The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall?
Ah!
Order! Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that's the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree?
Is that the logical conclusion? Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And then she was thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below.
Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Dunham's room?
She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a blood stain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood?
Ah! No traces of blood were found in the victim's room.
Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard.
We love the playoff beards around here, chat! Oh, right, of course. For those of you that don't know, during the Stanley Cup playoffs, some hockey fans will grow something called a playoff beard. And at the end of the playoffs, if your team loses, you shave it off. And I mean, it is February in game. So, well, playoffs aren't for a bit yet, actually, if it's February. He's gonna be waiting a while.
However, if there was no blood in the room, then your claim that... Wah!
I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood.
When it produces the most blood,
very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be likely lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed.
Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound.
Oh, that's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding.
I just need to take a break from gaming, I understand. Hey now. You set those things aside for a minute and let your wrist rest. You can yap instead. Professional yapper. Yapologist.
Perfectly reasonable line of thinking.
We have come to a conclusion, then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions.
No, it doesn't. But my yapping is annoying, and also you don't read half of it, so like... I don't read all of it, no, that's true. But the thing is, also I'm playing a video game, and I have a hard time keeping up with chat sometimes. And I listen to you when you yap. Do you want to hear more about the boys? I'm writing a thing. A thing I thought might be, might go one way and went another. So is the Neopets thing happening after stream, or... I don't know yet! I was gonna do it when I was done with this case, but I'm not gonna be done with this case for a while yet. I think I will make a Neopet after stream, and then I will have redeems ready for probably maybe tomorrow. I think that is what I will do. What Neopet will I make? We don't know yet. Maybe a Psy Bunny. I will name it Mark. I will not name it Mark. I don't know who I am kidding. You can't change a Neopet's name after it's been named. Oh, I will say too that Chias have special interactions with Chia Pops, where some Chia Pops will turn them funny colors and different paint jobs, which was cool. There's a chocolate chip cookie dough Chia. Among other things. Okay, but for the funny. Well, I could. Wait. Chat? This is of grave import because Hero Complex is in a semi-modern world. What if Mark chose to use the internet? Would his username be? In the style of 90s and early 2000s usernames where they could be anything, not just first name dot last name and a bunch of numbers. In fact, we need to get usernames for everyone. No reason. No reason at all. I don't know. That's okay. I'll come up with something. I know what Archangel says. It's literally just Archangel and some numbers that she likes. If she needs them. I know what Archangel's is. Now I don't know anyone else's. Heiki's not allowed on the internet. He's a bot. It's a bot. Gosh darn it. I can't even gender my own characters right. Heiki's not allowed on the internet. It's a bot. I can't pass the CAPTCHA. That is a joke. It can absolutely pass the CAPTCHA. It jokes that it will only use this power for good.
Order, order, order! I must admit that this is a probable version of events.
I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point.
Humph. It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the truth, please. Witness, please! Remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now! weight of the winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. With the whip?
It jokes? Yeah, it does. Also, my family's calling me weird for putting salt on my ice cream. Val, have I told you about sea salt ice cream? Because that's a flavor you can get here. It's amazing. 10 out of 10. Sea salt ice cream is a flavor. Like moon mist. Salt caramel is also a flavor here. Why wouldn't you put salt on your ice cream? Send him to the Shadow Realm. Like, I guess there are some ice cream flavors that salt doesn't go with or in, but like salt caramel and sea salt are amazing flavors. I'll take care of you. I, an octopus. You can live here in the aquarium. That goes for all of you. You're adopted. Everyone in my chat, adopted. Fear, you're 4 centimeters tall. That's true. Aquarium staff hates me. No, they don't. Aquarium staff will take all the help they can get. Aquarium staff says they will take all the help they can get. However, aquarium security is the one that needs the most replacements. Why is there a cat in the aquarium? Whose is this? Mine. I adopted that. I would be the worst at security. I'd be a burden. No, you wouldn't. I've seen the aquarium security members that are burdens to the team. They're awful. Okay, chat, there are three types of aquarium security. I have learned this. There are 3 types of aquarium security. There's the type that understands what they're doing and will play with me and make sure that I am not, like, you know, generally displeased or causing trouble. Those are the good ones. There are very few of those ones. There are the ones that think that they're that one guy from the Magnus Protocol. They think they're playing Call of Duty, but also that their target is a tiny little octopus. So they treat me as a capture point or a payload or something. And those ones are really funny, because if I get out of their sight, they get all upset and scared, and they start saying funny things and sounding like they're playing Call of Duty. And I like that for them. I hope they have a fun time. And then there's the third kind of aquarium security. They're terrified of me. I am 4 centimeters tall. What exactly am I going to do? And yet they say things like, it can talk? And, what is it doing? What do you mean it can use the internet? And it can talk? And you let it? And sometimes they say things like, why haven't the scientists done anything with it yet? And then, when they're asked to clarify, they say things like, why haven't they just, I don't know, taken it apart? And anyway, I don't like that. I don't like the suggestion or the implication. And then I get mad at them. It's not their fault. They don't know. They didn't even know octopi could talk, like 2 minutes before they came in. Then I get mad at them. And then I do the only thing an angry Fier can do. I get out of my tank, and I crawl all the way up. And they're so tall. And I crawl all the way up. And I crawl all the way up onto their shoulder. And that's usually when they start to notice me. Because I'm trying to talk to them. But I don't want to have to yell very much. So I'm trying to talk to them in their ear face part. So I get all the way up there. And I'm like, hey, why don't you like me? Why are you being so mean? And then usually they panic and they slap at their face. And then they say things like, get it off, get it off, get it off, get it off. And then their friends are like, what are you doing? You'll hurt it. And then they say things like, hurt it, it's going to hurt me. And etc., etc. Anyway, they're not very good at it. And then I go on an adventure in the aquarium. And we play hide and seek for like all night. It's a fun time. This is why I am so good at carrying, because I understand how to get into the air vents. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Oh, boy. All right, all right. When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? When I try to escape, they set off all these alarms, and honestly, they're overreacting.
Oh, wow, alarms? You get alarms? I don't get alarms. I wish I did. That'd be cool. I hope the lights would go boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. They'd go burp, 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 burp. And then the lights would blink out of time with it. If I try to escape, they don't exactly notice. But then I go back because I'm sad. You would never escape. You can come with me next time I try to escape. On adventures. Oh, they do! Oh, good! You get like a strobe dance party going. That bamp, bamp, bamp is one oonce, 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 oonce away from being a club hit. We love it. Just stuff you in my pockets or hat. Oh, you'll have to get craftier than that. They check those things. They check pockets, hats, purses, anything I can fit inside of. Lately, they've started checking people's ears. Because I can fit in there. Mostly. Human ear canals aren't, like, huge, but I make it work. I think it's to stand at the end of the hallway with dim lights while the alarms are blaring. I think it's funny. Yes! You hide under my hair until we get past them. Perfect, perfect plan. I don't think they check people's hairdos right now. You put your hair in a bun, and if they think that I'm in there, it's a bun form. And I'll hide in the middle of the bun form. Perfect plan. We can do it. They'll be like, what's in there? And you'll be like, bun form, see? And they'll be like, oh. Alright. They don't even check that stuff, though, usually, because it's like your whole hair. They're gonna make people start having to have short hair to work here if I get out that way, but I'll never tell them! And they don't listen to stream, they don't care! Oh, also, I'm still planning the sleepover. Before the sleepover, we are gonna have Truth or Dare Oops All Truth Edition, which is a Q&A, but with me, so you guys can ask me things about things. Because I like to yap about the aquarium and stuff. Yeah. It won't be a long Q&A. We'll do that for a while. And we'll make friendship bracelets. And I'm going to show you guys PSAs from the olden days. Because you all need to see I can put my arm back on and you can't. You all need to see a robot from the Planet Danger. Oh yeah, that's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can ya? When I awoke, Mystic Amy was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back.
This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory.
Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska Von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that.
Is the octopus really the cutest streamer? Yes. I need a comically tiny microphone. Oh! Oh, yes! I need a comically tiny microphone so I can go places with it and ask people questions. Can I have one? Yes, absolutely. Oh, I used to have a comically tiny microphone. It was, but then staff took it away from me because I sang the Song of My People into it, and that microphone hasn't been quite right since. It, you know those old microphones that, like, those old little kid microphones that you would sing into, and they had a thing in them that would vibrate and make your voice sound like it was coming out of, like, an old-timey microphone? Like, it would get the vibrato and stuff to it? That teeny tiny microphone ain't quite right. And people should not talk into it. It's not quite right. Well, I'll find a different little tiny microphone. Comically small. Like the one that YouTuber interviews animals with. Wait, I'm an animal. I could be interviewed with it. Oh. I could have opinions. Chad, I do have opinions. I have so many opinions.
Okay.
The Rift Company would like to know the whereabouts of this microphone for storage reasons. Listen, I forget what they're called in Control. The power objects. Objects of... It's an acronym and I don't remember what it is. But there's that weird TV. Anyway, no. No. We also won't tell Lobo Corp anything about it either. No. Lobotomy Corporation doesn't need to know nothing about nothing. Okay. It's funny to see them scientists be like, what do you mean it asked that thing? Why is it trying to give us things? Reasons. Sometimes I want to see the science itself out. Sometimes I think it's cool. Oh yeah, let's do this.
So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood?
That's right. Some of it had splattered onto Iris too.
Then the defendant was arrested. She was meditating in her room. And her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner.
What?
Her clothes were blood-flecked as well?
That seems quite conclusive to me.
What should I do? Press this point further?
Always! It's Phoenix Wright. We press further because it's not Danganronpa.
Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw a little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now you say you saw the victim bleeding?
Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her plain as day.
Pulling the sword out?
Well, it wasn't exactly pulling, it was more like it came out. Witness, you'll add this statement to your testimony.
Ooh, was that important?
More important than you can imagine.
I saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out. Wouldn't there be blood all over the sword if that was the case? Chad, I don't think there's blood all over the sword. Yeah, if that sword was into the hilt. It came out? Good for it!
Diversity weapon, Shichishido came out. The 7-branch sword. Each of those branches are a different color for the pride flag. The hilt makes up the 8th color of the original flag. Alright, we hydrate as Chad demands. And then a big stretch. Ah. And then a Perry Mason moment.
Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here.
What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar.
But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you.
What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to the hilt in the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body.
However, both of those are complete impossibilities. I would look at the time. What do you mean? Ooh, ah! Explain yourself! To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone up to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at it, at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that.
Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble? I too may appear to be weak and frail. But I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I so choose. Francisca!
The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit.
Francisca... Why is this like this? Why is Phoenix Wright always like this? I'm playing Date Everything and it's not like this.
That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly.
Sure it isn't. It is. That's...
We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding.
That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with Shichishido. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly, and may still sometimes stop the blood loss.
I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction.
You've still got more?
This one is simple. If the sword really was thrust all the way up to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it?
Ah!
If this witness is telling the truth,
Then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword.
No! No.
Order, order, wah! Bravo, Miles Edgeworth! Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that. What does this all mean? You've proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is? The weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichishido. What?
A foolish, foolish idea born from a foolish mind of a foolhardy, foolish fool.
Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think the sword was the murder weapon?
Well, it's because Mystic Amy was holding it. Exactly. However,
I done been wrong. Aww. Is it because I'm a foolishly fooling and playing the game? Okay.
exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shichishito was the murder weapon. Order! Order! Ah!
So maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object.
That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found.
That's...
Well, answer the question, Ms. Von Karma.
No evidence of that kind was found. I have a bet. I bet it was an icicle.
Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast.
Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? Well, I was just thinking. It's possible that just maybe what actually happened was it's just over there.
What exactly are you going on about here?
The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of.
You what?
Well then! I think we need to hear the testimony from you one more time, sister.
Impossible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen?
Edgeworth, I'm so sorry, honey. Oh, it won't let me save yet. I saw the murder at around 11 p.m., and after asking that it be reported, I went to the main gate. And there, I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back when I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all.
Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time.
Well, I'm not in the best of shape. What with my back and my age, you know.
Quite.
There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph.
A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory.
The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in the winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon.
Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon?
The answer is definitely not.
Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please.
And we're gonna pause there. Because it's time. Why won't it let me pause? There we go! It's time, chat! Whoopsie doodle. What? It is now closing time, and we hope you enjoyed your visit to the Yakuba's enclosure! Now I must go on an adventure. I am gonna see who is still on. You still on? Chat, you'll never guess what we're going to go see. Date everything. Alright, that is it for tonight, everybody. I will see you tomorrow for some Guild Wars 2. It is Dragon Bash. Alright, that is it for tonight, everybody. Thanks for playing along with me. Bye.